Can you hear now, Felicia?
I can,
We have to
yes.
put the headphones on you.
Okay.
Welcome to Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia. Hi Felicia.
Big night tonight? Nope. Well, we do have a big night tonight.
Yes, we do, on our own.
Tonight, we're taking Lennon, my son, Felicia's grandson, to see Hugh Jackman's show.
At
Radio City.
Right.
Which he's never been to.
Yeah.
When was the last time you were at Radio City?
I must have been a kid. I don't
What?
know. We used to go all the time when I was a kid, like to the Christmas show and the Easter
What?
show. Yeah.
You did like,
With my parents. My
really?
mother.
We've never even done the Christmas show.
No, we did because I hated it.
I meant like Casey, I think, would really like the Christmas show.
Everybody should see it once in their life.
Maybe that's what we should do this winter.
The Rockettes.
We should
Yes,
probably do it with
yes.
Your mom would probably.
Oh, your mother would love it.
it.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
The non-Jews love it.
Yes. No, but everybody loves it. Everybody loves it.
But
She
you.
would love it. I did it a million times when I was a kid.
You saw the Rockefeller dancers.
Yes. Well, the Rockettes. Now, those
The
real
Rockettes.
original Rockefeller dancers at my age
meant
would
the
be
Rockettes.
really goddamn old.
Okay, but what's going on tomorrow night?
Tomorrow
in
night at the
Plainview?
clubhouse, it's casino night, which was and food and whatever, and it was a goddamn fortune.
How much?
$100, which for one person is a lot. It's a lot of money.
Is that for an open bar?
Never?
Does that include gambling money?
Yes,
Good
but there's
question. Fake
yeah.
money? Is it like fake?
Well, then you have chips, whatever.
So what does it include for $100?
Some food. They're probably allowed to do it because it all goes towards charity. Not all. A lot of it goes towards charity. So they can kind of do a write-off of a casino night. Whatever. That's my guess.
So $100 are getting dinner or like past hors d'oeuvres?
Probably hors d'oeuvres and crudité. It's $100 crudité.
Are you going to like play blackjack and gamble and do roulette? Like,
I'll do what I can for a little bit. I'm not putting another dime of extra money into it because that's what they want you to do. People with big gamblers will put more money into it.
do you have any other Memorial Day plans at the club? Are they doing like,
Well, they're doing,
are they opening the pool
yes,
or no?
they
Because
are,
it's fucking
which is-
cold.
They are, which is totally ridiculous. Obviously, this is is it always this cold in May, at the end of May?
Never.
That's what I this is real.
This is
and
very unusual.
It's been going on for like a week already.
Also, it feels like Memorial Day is earlier this year.
it is, which is
It just
why
feels early.
everybody is so confused.
all the Altacacas
Yes,
are so confused.
which is why we're getting thrown off of the dates.
We're just all thrown off. Like in Long Island, school. There's no school on Friday, which is
And
today.
and
Why?
Monday- and
well,
Monday?
there's never school on Memorial Day.
Right.
But why do we need off on Friday? In New York, school lasts way too long.
If you want to know, I heard
What-
why
the
we have
snow-
Friday
Because
off.
of snow day? We didn't use a snow day?
lack of
There were no snow days.
Fine.
this year.
You know
Yeah.
what they should have done? Shaved a day in June. Because now most kids end school on June 27th. That is so late. Give the kids off on the 27th or the 26th. Like, it's ridiculous. And little Lennon has to go to sleepaway camp the next day. Like,
Little Lennon. I'm sure Little Lennon will be looking forward to it.
I think you should run for school board and really just
Push that.
I mean, I
push
went
that.
to a
That's
PTA
your
event last night,
agenda.
and I spoke to some people about a few things. And
really got their ear.
well, some other moms were also complaining about a few things. So
That's really the place to do it. Is at a joyous occasion like a soiree. You should really grab the ears of important people and
So, Hollywood news for the week.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Announced this week, I don't know how he's doing it. Sterling K. Brown is going to star and executive produce in another limited series for Hulu, Washington Black. It's going to debut with 8 episodes July 23rd. Oh, so this is already shot. So he's busy. He's
Yes,
busy.
and as he should.
Did you hear about Ryan Murphy has another series in the works called The Shards, based on the Bret Easton Ellis thriller? It's early development with Kaia Gerber. She's everywhere right now, Cindy Crawford's daughter.
Right.
She's also in the show Overcompensating, which I finished and I'm going to get into. Blew me away. So I want to get into that. Casey, this is a little update for you. Guess who's now?
Lay it on me.
There's going to be a new character in Toy Story 5, which is coming out June 2026.
Oh, who?
The character's name is Smarty Pants. Here's a game for you. He's a host, is somebody who's going to voice this character. He's got a very big podcast. You're a big fan. That's the trivia of the week. Can you guess who it is? You're a
And
big.
Joe and Justin from the podcast Define Insanity.
No, they're like.
Oh God, I got it wrong. I guess that was a plug then. I'm gonna guess Conan O'Brien.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a
How
good.
did you guess that?
Because I gave him all the hints.
She gave me all the hints.
Host, he loves him. Podcast.
Is Conan making like a new start in his life? Because it seems like he's doing a lot of things.
He just had a
now.
season. I haven't watched it, but his travel show just came out on Max.
Season 2.
HBO Max.
You mean season 2?
Season 3, I think.
He's not. What do you mean? Like he's been killing it.
No, but what I mean is he was on his talk show. Then
Years
it went
ago.
away. Right.
And he's had
I
this.
had not
He's
really,
had this podcast, which has been very big for him.
Huge.
Okay.
Huge. And now he's got another show. So he's
all right.
Yeah.
He's making money with a podcast.
Did he say? Yeah. Right. Well, it's only the stars who make
all the
money.
celebrities make money.
Yeah. That's why they book them or do it.
Because they get more listeners.
Did he
because
just
they have a
sort of
following?
Didn't he recently win the Mark Twain Award?
He did. That was a great. We never talked about that on the podcast.
No, because
but
I didn't
And that
finish it.
was that on
enjoyable.
HBO?
It was on
No.
Netflix.
It was on Netflix.
I'm
That was
sorry.
such an enjoyable show.
Can you tell us about it?
I mean, it was just great comedians, and they were really paying respects to him because he's had a very long career. He wrote for The Simpsons.
See, stuff I don't know.
He wrote on SNL
You didn't know he wrote for The
years.
Simpsons?
I don't think so.
That's where like the start came.
I don't.
But it was nice, and he got this award, and it's a star-studded event.
It was amazing. Great comedians.
So did you finish it?
Yeah. it
Oh,
was
good.
great.
Okay. Did you hear this was announced today? Zach Braff has signed on for a reboot of Scrubs in development at ABC, and he would reprise his role. I could get behind this. I like Zach Braff. I mean, Garden State is one of my tops.
I could see myself watching that
You
now.
did you do Scrubs?
I did some episodes, but I never
He
was
looks a
a
little
faithful.
weird now.
I know because I think he did too much surgery. I think he did too much tox. He does look weird, but okay, that's okay. I still like his work. I really like his work. Also, Mom, I think we should tune into this. This is a big deal. CNN, for the first time ever, is going to air a performance of the record-shattering Broadway show Good Night and Good Luck live with George Clooney on Saturday, June 7th.
Wow.
That's big.
That is
Hamilton was
huge.
live to tape.
Yes.
This is live.
Live. Wow.
Yeah, big deal. People are saying he's
Are
great.
they trying to sell
obviously.
more tickets, or there's a reason for this?
Maybe they just maybe because
it's on a limited run.
maybe they feel like because it's on a limited run and people can't get tickets
Okay.
that they could get ratings. I just obviously that came out of my butt. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right.
That's my assumption.
Okay.
Okay. Also, Mark Ruffalo. This man has what a great
what
career
is he in?
has.
What is he's in something right now? Or
There's a new show coming out with him called Task. That's going to be, I believe, on Max.
so it's like an FBI type of thing.
Yeah, and
or
that's going to be
whatever.
the next big show that we're going to watch when all the things are done, like The Last of Us, Your Friends and Neighbors, when all this shit winds down.
I can't
That'll be
believe
the
that,
next show.
which is probably in the next week or so.
But Mark Ruffalo, Meg Ryan, and Rashida Jones are actually going to star alongside Natalie Portman. And I mentioned this, Lena Dunham is doing a Netflix rom-com called Good Sex, and they're all going to be in on it. And I'm very excited about that because that's a really good cast. Rashida Jones, she is also fantastic.
She is.
So we're going to move on to what we watched this week in Uncircumcised Gems. I got to tell you, I finished it this morning, and I'm just going to start saying this. I did this without you. You have no fucking time. Zero. I'm not even going to fight with you on this. And this I don't think you're going to watch. But I can't believe I'm about to say this. I never felt more proud to be an American. Until I watched this series.
Called?
American Manhunt, Osama Bin Laden. This was 3 episodes. And I was like on the ground, like anxious, shaking, 3 episodes. Look, episode 1 is hard. It talks about 9/11. We rewatched the footage. Fine. Then it really becomes the mission to find Osama bin Laden had been going on since before 9/11. They've been
Okay.
trying to find him.
Okay.
This man went 15 years. They couldn't find him. They couldn't find him under Bush. And I got to tell you, Obama looks like a fucking hero in this. The 3rd episode is, we didn't see all of this. It's about the SEAL team. It's about the guys. It's about the CIA. It's interviews people, government officials about the steps they took to find him and the other terrorists that it took to find him. It blew my mind. Check this out. Ready, Casey? They, like Nathan Fielder on the rehearsal, they rehearsed. They knew they had this compound, okay, in
Right.
Pakistan. They're like, We think he's there. It wasn't 100%, which is why some people in their surveillance room, like the big wigs in the White House, like Biden was against it, Clinton was for it. There wasn't like 100% evidence, but like Obama's mission was like, we have to get fucking Biden. This is not political. This is not for him to get reelected. This is pure justice, okay? So check this out. They know what the compound looks like outside, but they don't know what this looks like inside, okay? They rehearsed 100 different contingency plans of
what could happen,
what the inside compound could look like. What if the rooms are like this and they would knock it down, they would rebuild it at night? What if the room's like this? What if the room's like this? I was like, holy shit, I cannot believe this. And the men that went in there, it was about like SEAL 6, there's like 27 of them. They go in there knowing like they're not coming out. They're like, we're gonna die. They get their wills ready. They say goodbye to their kids. I was like, holy shit. And they had interview footage with one guy that was unbelievable. The 3 other main guys, I think, were blurred in photos, so they couldn't get them. But to hear the play-by-play and to see the images of the room in the White House, and like, I was on pins and needles. And like, I didn't know this, like there was a helicopter that went down as they were getting onto the compound. One of their helicopters crashed. And then it alerted all the fucking locals.
Obviously.
And that could have ruined the whole fucking thing. It was unbelievable. It's on Netflix. That Netflix documentary is been #1 around the world.
What is it called now?
American Manhunt. It's produced by Aaron Ginsberg, who went to Camp Akiba in Michigan. So he messaged me and he was like, why aren't you watching this? Because he saw my media dad. He's like, why aren't you watching this? It's #1 in the world. In the world.
Huh.
So I did it. And
3 episodes.
3 episodes, that's it. And it's unbelievable.
Do you think they allowed them to do this because the time limit of the documents are over? In other words, they usually lock these things up.
Right.
But let's say 10
maybe
10 years. 50,
right. Like now
whatever.
we could release the plans
right.
and how it happened.
How it really, right.
Like
right.
it was about how it happened.
I understand that, but there's not a chance in hell early on they would
Right.
ever release that. They have to be a time frame.
It happened in 2011, so maybe. I got to recommend this. This was wild. It was like watching a movie. If you don't have time to watch 3 episodes, just watch the 3rd. Watch the 3rd, watch how it goes down, okay? What did you watch this week?
I watched just the Handmaid's Tale, but we have one more episode.
Let's discuss The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay. They didn't put one on this week. That's coming
One
out.
more.
Right.
It was directed by Elizabeth Moss, this episode.
Yeah, she's looking a little scary.
No, Mom.
No,
she was pregnant.
She was.
She was pregnant.
I said either she gained a lot of weight or she's
Jesus
pregnant.
Christ.
No, but I figured she was pregnant.
She was pregnant.
Okay. She gives a really good mean bitch face.
She, in that last scene, spoiler, if you haven't seen this.
That's not, what you saw is not the last episode.
I know. I said there's
Big
one
things
more.
happened.
Yeah.
There's one more.
And what what about, I forget when it's airing.
Well,
In other
it's
words,
supposed to come out on Wednesdays, but this week's came out, dropped early. And the internet was abuzz about episode 9.
Right.
Now, my friend whose name will not be mentioned
Say her name.
was mad that they didn't mention Hannah once. And I'm like, it'll happen.
That's coming in the end.
It's
Yeah, that's
coming, and
coming
like
in the
we
end.
know why she's still there. We know it's for Hannah. I don't think her name needs to be mentioned. Bradley Whitford blew me away in this. I fucking adore him. What did you think?
No, I was in my mind, it was like, oh, finally. Yes, exactly. And when you saw the plane, I don't even know if I should talk about it.
Spoiler.
Literally,
if you haven't watched it, fucking pause.
Right. When the plane blew up, went, finally, like it's about time. Even though
I was surprised that Nick.
But is that something you want to see earlier in the season? Like that's something you need at the end.
At the end. No,
You
you're
know,
right.
They
Oh
knew
yeah,
to build
no,
that
it was
up.
perfect. I was surprised that Nick got on that plane. Like I just didn't think he turned. He fucking
You needed
turned.
to see him have that conversation with Bradley Whitford in the plane too, where you can kind of tell, okay, he is team Gilead.
Right.
You
Yes,
know what
he
I mean?
is. He is.
He was back and forth, but he made his choice. I think
Because-
you realized that while he was watching his wife have
The baby.
complications.
Complications,
And he
right.
knew that was probably because they had put the sedatives in the cake. And you could tell at that point, he kind of made his decision that he was team Gilead.
I agree.
Is Serena and June, like, are they going to team up?
I think they will.
Also, Aunt Lydia, just love
Well,
her. That scene was so
it was
great
the
with her.
redemption for her or for the girls or her realization that Gilead was like totally everything she thought
I
it
got
was
scared
not.
that she was going to, we were like, oh my God, they're going to kill everybody in front of June. Like, that's
Well,
what we
That's
thought
what
was
they
going to
want
happen.
you
Yeah.
to think. They wanted
Yeah.
you to
They
think,
did good. They did good. So
That
it was
was
good.
good. It was good.
You saw The Last of Us.
Yes.
So
We
it
knew
took,
that we-
it
we
took
knew-
4 episodes to get Pedro back.
Finally. And
I
we
was right, though.
And you were right. And we all thought that.
It was. They
Did you
finally
know?
got that flashback.
Do you know who the actor was that played? I believe it was Gail's husband, Eddie. Do you know who that was?
No, I don't.
Did you recognize him at all? Were you like, I know this guy? Joey Pantoliano. Joey Pants?
What?
From The Sopranos, from Goonies. Did you recognize him, Casey?
I did not recognize
Yeah.
him.
What? What?
As Eddie. Isn't that wild? Now that you see it,
I still don't see it.
he was
The
good.
one that Pedro killed
Yeah.
because
Spoiler.
he was bit, blah, blah, blah. Wow.
Joey
Not
Pants.
even now I can't
I mean,
even,
he obviously is much older now.
obviously.
But I was like, I know this guy. I know this voice. I know
wow.
this
I'm
voice.
very impressed.
That don't impress me much.
Yeah. Well, I had to, do a little internet research to confirm my,
Right.
prediction.
You had
but
a deep dive.
yeah, not really deep, but
Well.
it was good. I mean,
For me, I feel like this was this season's episode that reminded me the most of the one with Nick Offerman, where the
and Marty
Oh,
Bartlett.
it was kind of that. It was kind of that flashback, separate from everything. But in a way, it was almost better as far as the story because it connected the dots of those 5 years. And I love how they did it by her birthday. They just showed what happened
Yeah.
every
Every
year
birthday.
on her birthday.
Right.
They show what happened leading up. It was also interesting that they revealed that she did know.
She did know.
The day before, she found out that he, and I
That
thought that was
he-
that acting.
yeah.
Pedro's acting when he tells her that the reveal there.
She would have been the antidote.
She would have been the antidote. His facial expressions, his acting was just fantastic.
I just love him. Like, I just don't care about the show if he's not in it. And I got to tell you, I'm surprised at Caitlin Dever, the girl that's playing Abby. I thought she was going to be all over this
I bet
season, and she's not. She'll be in the
probably
next
season
episode.
3.
Wait, is
Oh,
Like they apparently in
they're-
the game, there's a lot of story with her.
really? Oh, you just probably made another great prediction.
So I have a feeling season 3 is going to be more about her.
Oh. Well, you mentioned that this reminded you of the episode, I believe it was episode 4 with Nick Offerman and Murray Bartlett.
Like a throwback or a flashback.
I get that. I mean, that to me was my
Kind of
all-time
takes
favorite.
takes you out of the main storyline and
right?
kind of throws it
and
back.
see their lives.
I thought it was so well done. For me, it was hands down my favorite episode of the season.
That's a good segue because Murray is starring in the new show with Nicole Kidman, 9 Perfect Strangers on Hulu, and 2 episodes have dropped. Did you see it?
I did,
So did I.
and I really enjoyed it.
You did?
I did.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm shocked, guys. I'm shocked.
Let's see what I keep thinking. All right, this is just opening up.
He had a fucking moment. He had great acting
Which
in
one?
episode 2. Murray Bartlett, the guy that's playing like the one who had the kid show. Murray Bartlett is playing a guy.
Yeah.
They're all the
they're
characters.
all so peculiar, which is what you want.
Christina,
Baranski.
Yeah,
Christina
she's-
Baranski. She was great.
do you think she has cancer? Do you think something's going on that she's going to die? Because she opened like a life. Did you know she opened like a binder?
Are you talking about in real life or in the show?
No, in the show.
Oh,
in the
geez.
last episode,
Oh, absolutely.
something's
Yes,
going. She's
yes,
going to die.
Yes.
And her
yes.
daughter's played by Annie. She was on Schitt's Creek. She was
that you
Dan
would know
Levy's
better
sister
than
in
me.
Schitt's
You-
Creek. And Nicole
They were all
Kidman.
oh God, she looks so gorgeous.
She's like a
she
fucking
really-
robot.
Yeah,
Like her
doesn't
body,
matter.
her skin.
I know, but
this
she
was
really just
this was an
I
enjoyable.
I enjoyed it, and I keep thinking now that the first 2 episodes are over,
Now it's gonna be
we're gonna
once a
open
week.
up about about the group and each background story.
I hope we get the background stories.
we have
I love
to.
a flashback.
Yeah,
but did we have that from season 1? Did we see
You know what?
flashbacks?
I
don't remember flashbacks.
I don't remember either. But I think it's about her reasoning, meaning Nicole Kidman's reasoning or her character, why she's getting them all into this one spot.
Yeah, apparently it's like, so she needs
Well,
funding.
they need funding.
She lost her daughter, so she finds this psychedelic drug that makes her see her daughter. But it also seems like it's making her fucking miserable. 'Cause
Totally.
It's keeping her up at night. She's not sleeping. And all of these people that go on this retreat think they're just there to like trip and like be on a drug. Little do they
Not
know.
all of them. Not at all.
Like little do they know is like there's protocol and like there's certain foods they can't eat. They have to eat at certain hours because the drug won't hit properly.
And they don't know that.
Right.
Most
And
of
she invited them.
yes, specifically
And they're in the fucking like
for a
cult.
reason. Well, but they don't know that either.
They're all somehow connected. They're
Which
all
is what
connected.
we
Like,
don't
the
know
piano
yet.
prodigy was on Murray's show as
Go.
a child.
Yes.
They're all going to be somehow connected. And the nun is like so rando.
But she'll be clicked. She is cute.
So I recommend this, guys. You know what I'm realizing? I really enjoy the weeklies now because the binges make me stressed.
As it does me. When they say
binge,
there's only 1 or 2 episodes per week.
This is doable.
I go, okay, this is, and I love when they're only a half hour, 45 minutes.
Right. Like Sirens dropped. I'm sure by now some people have started it. There's 5 episodes. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do
5
this.
episodes?
5 episodes are out.
That dropped? And they're an hour each.
Yeah, but I don't know if this might be the whole season. I don't know. I started like I'm 10 minutes in. I'll keep going. That to me is a great weekend watch over the weekend, but the binge does make me stress a little. But I will tell you what I did binge and what I did finish. I started talking about it last week, Overcompensating. This is the show that has everybody talking. It is fucking fantastic. And it's basically, it's like the throwback to kind of like the 90s college movies, like American Pie. And the guy that wrote it, I mentioned this last week, you weren't on the pod, but I hope you listened to the pod.
I did, but you think I remember?
He was a content creator, this guy. He's adorable. He's got 1 million followers, and he's been writing this show for 6 years. And after doing some homework, I learned that Jonah Hill was a producer on this. And it was great. And they have so many cameos. James Vanderbeek, Dawson.
Oh, wow.
Plays like an awful douchey college alumni that like goes back to like the frattiness, and then he was hilarious. Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang have an appearance.
Wait, when is this on?
It's on Prime. It's all out. I think it's 8 episodes.
And this is called
Overcompensating. They're a half hour. It was
half hours easy.
So enjoyable. I literally laughed out loud. Connie Britton's the mom. This is definitely going to get a season 2. It's doing really, really well. It's getting great reviews. People are loving it. Lucas Gage has an appearance. He was in White Lotus season 1. The woman who played Frenchie in Grease, Diddy Khan. I recognized her. I was like, homegirl.
Diddy Khan, not Diddy, not like
too soon.
Diddy Khan.
Diddy, D-I-D-I.
She's in it. She plays an old woman.
Still alive. I was going to go.
So
I was
funny.
about to say she's still alive.
Yeah. Oh, apparently they're doing like a behind the scenes of like Grease, and they're like interviewing all the actors that were in it. That's going to be a little cute movie on YouTube. But I loved this so fucking much. Oh, executive produced by Jonah Hill and fucking Charlie XCX, who became good friends with Benito Skinner, who makes the show. And she's in one of the episodes.
Who's Charlie
XCX? She's like a pop star.
Oh, it's a what? I don't know if it's a woman or a man.
If you heard her song, you'd be like, oh, I know this song.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I really loved it.
And it's out and it's on Prime.
Yeah, that's my show of the week.
Excellent!
American Manhunt is my documentary of the week. I will tell you this. Me, Casey, and Lennon have been watching a show. 4 episodes are out. It's on HBO Max. It's called Castle Impossible, and Lennon is obsessed. I don't do reno shows. I never got into reno shows. I was never big into HGTV.
I love that shit.
But I saw...
You would like this thing.
I saw something about a castle, and I was like, oh, Lennon, let's just watch the trailer.
Right.
And he's like, oh, let's watch this. And now he's very into it. It's about a very cute young couple, high school sweethearts in California, Daphne and Ian, and she inherited
a castle in
a fucking ginormous wedding venue castle. It was like a wedding venue, but it was a castle from her grandfather in France. And talk about property. I mean, it's a castle. It's the grass. It's like the house behind the castle, the wood, like
everything.
And everything has to be redone. And they're handy. They have a background in doing like home.
It's called renovation.
Yeah. They're really cute. And this show, Lennon's really into. He's like, oh my God, look what's happening. And like, they only have 20,000 to do like this. I was like, how do they have the money to do this?
Yeah, there's like projects they're doing where like
it's only the 2 of them and like one dude
into an old castle. I'm like, there's just who's funding this?
Well, according to ChatGPT, they utilized their life savings and capitalized on the estate's existing wedding business, which had been established by the grandfather. So the event hosting venue is providing crucial revenue stream to help offset the substantial debts. I would like to find somebody that worked on the show to find out if they had more help than it appears on the show. But if you have a kid that's into this castle shit, and they're throwing it, they do little history. They're like, oh, King...
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, like,
there.
remember what the show was about that we saw 6?
Henry VIII.
He was at the castle. Like, great history.
I bet that place is haunted as fuck.
You always think places are haunted. I don't think places are
Definitely haunted.
I don't think places are haunted.
You know, they had something else, I think it was on HGTV, that also a couple ended up either buying or renovating a tremendous rundown castle. And unfortunately, I'm not sure. I think it was also France.
Castle
It
Impossible?
might have been, here's the thing, Mom. It was probably this show.
I don't think so. She was a very quirky girl, and he was...
Did he look like Josh Groban?
Was he in the Marines? Because you got to remember, if it's on HGTV, then it goes on probably HBO Max because of the fucking merger.
Okay, that could be very.
There can't be two shows.
Quite the same show.
It's probably the same show.
And it was over a few years because it doesn't happen overnight. And they renovated to have.
But only 4 episodes are out, so maybe it's a different couple.
It's like it's got to be a different couple. She was very quirky, and when you saw her, you know, okay, she's a little quirky.
This girl's quirky too.
And they had 2 children.
No,
Nope.
different.
No kids.
No kids.
But it was very good also. It was a really, Karen might know the name of the show.
Castles are really hot right now.
Yeah,
Karen.
very.
Karen might know the
Hit
name
us
of the
up.
show.
Hit us up, Karen. I don't know if because she's big on HGTV.
We want to know if you watched any Korean content this week.
I found there was nothing on new this week. I started some things, and I can't tell you the names because they were all disappointing. And I realized in my head, and I don't know if this is true or not, because I certainly don't know about living in Korea, and I haven't gone back living there watching their K-dramas for 20 or 30 years. But I only like a few really good ones that came out maybe in 2016, 17, or 18. Everything that's coming out now hasn't hit me, except Life Gives You Tangerines, which is a very big hit now. I don't know, because it's constantly out. Everything new right now, I'm not loving.
Did you watch anything else? Because every time I did talk to you this week,
I know I've been watching old
something. You were watching something.
Yeah, something old. Or something that I watched when I first started, and I probably didn't quite understand the way it was going, and now I do.
Did you watch any movies this week?
No.
We're seeing a movie this weekend. We're so excited. Casey and me have been dying for this movie to come out. It was only out in the city, and it's finally hitting the local suburbs. It's called Friendship, and it's with Tim Robbins and Paul Rudd, and it's supposed to be.
That must be really good.
Supposed to be really funny.
Looks very dark.
Yeah, it's like a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's supposed to be a budding comedy.
The tagline was, "It's I love you, man," for sickos.
Are they bromance? Is it a bromance?
But I think it gets weird. I think it's you remember how I Love You, Man was kind of quirky?
Can you remind me about I Love You, Man?
It was Jason Segel and Paul Rudd.
Oh, I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, and they were it's hard to make
Was
male
Jason
friends when you're
Segel a real estate agent in that?
I can't remember. But
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, and we're going to the theater with our friends Lauren and Casper, and we'll leave our son in their house with their high school kid.
Perfect. Perfect. When are you seeing that?
That's Sunday night. So, Casey, what am I missing this week?
Rehearsal.
Remind me.
Rehearsal.
Oh boy, got autistic.
It definitely got autistic.
You got to hear this. He's trying to get his voice in front of Congress, and they won't.
Felicia's only seen the beginning. Remember, it was all about airline safety. So they're at a point now where he's got it figured out that it's communication between the pilot and the co-pilot. That's what's causing all
the issues.
These issues.
And the tower, no?
So coincidentally, the guy who in Congress who's in charge of airline safety is also on the board for autism. And apparently, after the season 1 of the rehearsal, people in the autism community were kind of drawn to the rehearsal because people that are autistic have to rehearse for things in order, that's a part of their routine to approach situations that they may have anxiety about or issues processing. They rehearse. So I don't think it was intentional, but it was kind of embraced by the autistic community. So he leans into it, and it's always riding that line of sincerity and kind of
showbiz
or making fun of. I couldn't. He even kind of has this face am I going too far? When he brings the autistic kids into the airport.
But I think they all
them.
think he has autism.
Oh,
That's
I did.
the thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Felicia said
maybe
that.
he
I said
does.
it immediately.
Do you think
remember?
maybe
he's
he
on
does.
the spectrum. He is on the spectrum. I don't
think
care.
his character is, but I think
Wow.
Then he's a really
he's
good
a mastermind.
He
I feel
is. He's brilliant.
But
I
he
think
could be
he's
that
brilliant.
as being but there are autistic or on the spectrum people who really can be
brilliant.
masterminds.
Well, so do you remember when she gives him the autism test
Yes.
and he bombed it? She
to prove he's autistic. But did he bomb it on purpose, you're saying?
Well, no, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's showing him facial expressions, and he's got to read the eyes and say what
Happy,
emotion
sad,
this person's,
right.
and he doesn't get him right, and he's like, oh well, we can just move on. It was
don't know
I think
if
it was a
he's-
bit, but
But he ended up getting on the autism board. They gave him a seat.
they gave him a seat on the board, and
So-
he used that credential to get in front of this
a-
lawmaker to try to get a meeting with Congress. and this guy thought he was autistic.
And it bombed.
And it bombs the interview with the guy. But then, like, did he do that on purpose? Like, I don't know. Was he acting that way in order to? The whole thing was just insane.
Will all that come out when the show is over?
I don't know.
He never really breaks character.
He doesn't. It's wild. I mean, he went live on Instagram to promote this show for 24 hours and like didn't talk. I went on it live and like he just wasn't talking. It was so uncomfortable. I think that's the whole thing.
That's his thing.
Nathan Fielder in general is to make you uncomfortable. Like the show he had with Emma Stone made you super uncomfortable, and he wasn't playing this role in the rehearsal. He was playing another character.
But he played a very uncomfortable character in it. But I don't know. Anyway, I think it's incredible. It's the best show I'm watching.
Did you see? I think Hacks is over. Did you see the
finale?
Not.
No, I did not. No, because I told you, without a TV guide, which was out there when I was a kid.
Well, I had TV guides when I was a kid too.
And without a TV guide and not that many shows.
When I was on my way to Florida.
Let my people go.
Last week, I was like, let me go download one. 2 were out and it was the end. It was good. It was good. It was good. And by the way, just a shout out. I went to Florida and we had the most amazing time. And shout out to my girls, Summer and Sadie. They killed every performance. We sang the whole weekend. Lennon got up and sang with them, and it was amazing. Thank you, Jessica, for having us and Bret. And I did a mix of wellness and a mix of singing. It was perfect. It was 90 degrees, but it was amazing. We had such a good time. I loved it. I love it. So yeah, Hacks finale was on, and the studio finale was on, which was fucking hilarious. I think the studio grew and it got really good, and it's now top show for me.
Was it picked up for a second season?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was picked up for another season. And Bryan Cranston was so good in this last episode. They pulled a Weekend at Bernie's with him because remember you saw him. He was hammered.
Yes.
So we got to call it because I have a call for work. So let's do Bye Felicia.
Bye Felicia.
What are we doing? So we're seeing Hugh tonight. We're seeing Friendship. Pee-wee documentary is dropping tonight on HBO Max. There's a new movie dropping on Apple with John Krasinski and Natalie Portman called Fountains of Youth. Casey, on May 26th, don't worry, I'll wait for you, the Sherry Papini.
I'll watch that.
Caught in the Lie. This is the girl that was accused of...
Is this her side of it?
Yeah, it's her side. She was accused of murdering, right? No, faking her kidnap. Faking her kidnap. I can't keep track. This other show that's dropping on Hulu, it's FX Hulu, is called Adults. That's dropping on the 28th. That's supposed to be like Friends, like the next Friends. And then on
but adulting instead.
Yeah. So there's a lot coming out. And then Better Sister with Elizabeth Banks and Jessica Biel is going to drop on the 29th on Prime. And just like that, season 3 is dropping on May 29th. Felicia, Sex in the City.
And
she's like, remind me what that is.
Remind me. You know, after a few years, you do forget.
So
are they having Kim Cattrall on it?
No, they never have. She called in.
I understand
she didn't
that.
Film. They used her voice.
But I'm wondering, after a few years, if they offered her enough money, would they?
I don't think Sarah would.
Nice?
I bet you Sarah wouldn't really give that option.
They're obviously very pissed at each other.
I don't think Sarah would even say.
Right,
yeah.
right.
So, guys, thank you, and share us and like us and love us. And I'm so excited to see Hugh Jackman. That'll be the picture. The thumbnail will be also Hugh. Okay. Bye.
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 Bye, Casey.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye Felicia, bye Felicia.